6 lecture, we will cover an example of modeling and simulation for a stiff system. So stiff system is a system that has different variables, dependent variables with different time characteristics. So in this particular example, we will discuss a transient continuous stirred tank reactor problem. Reactors normally don't always run at a steady state. Many pharmaceutical problems are actually made in the batch mode. So then time becomes of the independent variables in here. Let's say we have a time dependent CSTR model that is described by these two equations in here. This is the first equation, and then this is the other equation. The first equation expresses the derivative of the concentration with respect to time. The second one expresses the derivative of the temperature with respect to time. So all these variables in the previous two equations in here are expressed in here. So V is the reactor volume, Q is the volumetric flow rate, C is the concentration, temperature, time, K0 is the reaction rate constant, E activation energy, this one is the void fraction, then rho is the density, Cp is the capacity per mass, delta HRXN is the heat of reaction in energy per mole, and F is the fluid phase and S is the solid phase. So we can convert those two equations into the dimensionless form, where dA in here is the Dahm-Kohler number and the Lewis number in here is the Lewis number. This dimensionless number has a role in chemical engineering. It basically gives you a sense of physical significance of this number. And these parameters are defined as this, and then this is the Lewis number. This is the Dahm-Kohler number. Lewis number in here includes the heat capacity of the systems. The Dahm-Kohler number includes the rate of reaction. The parameters are taken as this: V is equal 0.15, gamma is 30, Dahm-Kohler number 0.115, Lewis is this, C is this, and then the T naught is equal 1. So we need to first create the function file to express our differential equation. The first one is representing the first differential equation, the second one representing the second differential equations in here. Okay, this is the first one, then this is the second one. So we have two inputs in here. The first one is T, the second one is the Y. Y1 is the concentrations, and then Y2 is the temperature. And then we have another, we make another M file that will run. Using that function file, it will use the ODE45 to run the rate limit. Basically, it's solved using the ODE45, that ordinary differential equations, from the time spans of 0 until 2, and then using the initial value of 0.7 for the concentrations and 1 for the temperature. Note that this is the dimensionless concentration and this one is the dimensionless temperature. Then if we run this system, we can see that for running from 0 to 2, we need about 0.04241 seconds. So we put this tick in here. It's the same like a stopwatch. So we start the stopwatch, and then we talk is basically we stop the stopwatch again to check how long this particular code of line is running, basically. So if we run it to 2, then about 0.04241 seconds is required. As you can see in here, when you run until 2, then the concentration in here still increasing, but the temperature seems to be not changing much. So we see that the system looks as if it's reaching the steady state already. But this is not true. So we try to run it again up to 20. Now we can see that the temperature still looks the same. The temperature does change, but it seems like it's reaching the steady state, but actually it's not steady state yet. It's not correct steady state. So we will inspect the system up to 1000. We check up to 1000, then when we run it again, we see that actually the concentration still move a little bit increasing, and then the temperature actually, the concentration actually goes up to a certain limit, and then it goes down very slowly. So we check it again. So for 20 seconds we need about 0.00521, but for 1000 it changed by 3 order of magnitude from 0.005 to 0.1. And then we run it up to, because we are interested to find the behavior up to very large time scale, then we run it up to 40,000. As you can see, actually it's not reaching the steady state. The concentration still change again. It goes up here, reaching the optimum, and then it goes down. The temperature is still increasing again. So it's basically showing that the temperature is actually responding much slower relative to the concentration. And the systems where the time responses of the two variables are very different, and they are having the different time characteristics called stiff. This stiff system is creating a difficulties when you try to solve them. In MATLAB, you need to use different type of solver. Instead of ODE45, you need to use ODE15S. That S in here refers to the stiff. So it's the toolbox is made specifically to solve an ordinary differential equation system with stiff characteristics. So I think what I want to show you around has been covered in all the 3 videos. The first video has covered the Adams and Adams-Moulton derivations, and then we have covered the simple simulations, modeling and simulations of the dynamic LAM models, and then we have also covered the stiff model as well. With this, I conclude my video for week 6 lecture. Thank you for listening.